Hi, it's Cynthia, and I'm going to talk about Stephen's Law. I'm one of the 7 moms that worked really hard on that legislation, along with a lot of members of our community, and it passed in 2009. And so, what it said was that health insurance companies needed to cover autism assessments and behavioral therapy. And if a child was under the age of 9, it covered $50,000. And if the child was over the age of 9, through the age of 15, it covered $25,000. And it also made insurance companies cover speech, OT, or PT. Only what they had to do was make sure that whatever they paid for coverage for whatever diagnosis is, that applied to autism. So there used to be autism exclusion. So you could get speech therapy for a variety of reasons, but if your child had autism, they didn't have to cover it. And what Stephen's Law said was no, if that therapy is covered, it has to be covered for autism at the same amount that it's covered for every other diagnosis code. So, the thing that's confusing about Stephen's Law is that it really only applies to about 50% of the healthcare plans because it only applies to fully funded plans, and it only applies to fully funded plans that were written in the state of Arizona and that the company has 50 or more employees. So, half of the plans are usually self funded, and those are the larger companies that have employees in a bunch of different states or around the world. And those companies do self funded plans. So, they are governed by the federal government, not the state government. And so, the Stevens Law mandate does not apply to them. Stevens Law mandate only applies to fully funded policies written within the state. Now, the behavioral cap, so it was 50,000 under the age of 9 and 25,000 between the ages of 9 and 15. What I hear from most provider agencies now is that those caps aren't really even being followed. So you don't really have to worry about that generally, but you're going to want to check with your plan. So I hope that helps.